In this video, we'll be deploying a Ceph storage cluster using Cephadm. So Cephadm is an open source distributed storage platform designed to provide highly scalable, reliable, fault-tolerant storage. It supports object storage. Like we can create multiple storage. Like we can create object storage, we can create block storage, and we can create file storage in the same dashboard. So we'll be deploying this Ceph storage cluster. So we'll be having 3 nodes. Node 1 will be like it will be Ceph monitor. It's a mon node, and Ceph 2 and Ceph 2 Ceph 3 will be like they are like a slave. So this is the IP which I have given to the servers, and I have DNS server also configured wherein I have to add the DNS records and everything. So let's check. So we have to have extra disk of 100 GB or 100 GB something, 100 GB. I've added extra disk also, like 100 GB is added to each and every server. Let's verify that. So we have to do prerequisite before we move forward further. So I have added the repository also in the. So you have to use this commands, use this script to create the Ceph cluster. So you have to switch to sudo without password for CentOS. Like I have a user, right? So I'll be changing all those things here. Now first verify. Let's verify. How many servers we have? So we have this IPA. If I see 30, this is the mon node, and 31 is slave, and 32 is also slave. So okay, so this mon node will manage these 2 slaves actually, and this is a DNS server. Let's check the DNS records, like if it is able to let's check if it is able to resolve with the IP, and with the domain name also it should resolve the IP, and with the IP with the IP it should resolve to domain name. And with domain name, and if I put domain name, like if I put ceph0 manover.in, it should resolve me to IP. NS lookup. It should resolve, like it is resolving, right? So all the necessary things which you are supposed to do, we have done. Let me check everything. Let's okay. Let's first of all let me check that. Okay. Let me check these things. It's all commands on 3 servers. This is ceph0. It's working fine, right? Reverse record also it is working. Reverse lookup also is working fine, and forward zone also it is working fine. So all the records are working fine. So I have added the correct records. I'll show you where I've added the correct records. I'll show you that. If I check in DNS server, named forward zone, cat. Let me get into that folder. etc named, okay, cat forward zone. Let me check what are the files here. There are no files here. Let me check this. Okay, not cd etc, it is var. Var name. Forward zone. Let me get in cat forward zone. So if you see, these are the records which I have added. These are forward records which I have added. You can ignore all these things because I was testing something else. So if you see, these are the records which I have added: ceph0 and ceph01, ceph1, ceph2. And if I check reverse lookup, I added these records. Yeah. So that's why it is able to resolve the IP with domain and domain with IP when I do NS lookup. Like if I do on all servers, right? I did on all servers. It is resolving properly. Let me do that. Okay. It should resolve properly on all servers. Before you do that, we have to install a package. We have to install a package called as DNS utils. This package we need to install on each and every server to do NS lookup, because by default NS lookup will not work on CentOS 9. I'm using CentOS 9 as an OS, so you can try all these things in AWS server. You can take CentOS 9 from AWS community image, and then we can create a CentOS servers and then try to do this deployment everything by yourself in AWS server like EC2 instance. You can use. You can give you can give 4 ports or 8 GB of RAM, something you can give, and you have to have had extra disk. You have to add extra EBS volume to do the experimentation. This I'm not doing on AWS. I'm doing on my own server, which I have. I can show my server. This is my server. So I have these nodes: Ceph 02, Ceph 03. These are the nodes. I've deployed this in my own server. So that's why it is showing that way. Okay. And one more thing you have to verify is, this it is result.conf. It should route to the DNS name, DNS ID, IP address. This should be same for all the servers. This you have to be very careful with, or else resolution will not happen. If I check this, no, only in DNS you need to add. Okay. Only in DNS I have added. We need to add, because without adding this in on the server also it is working fine. If you see, like, it is work fine, right? It is giving correct address. Okay, so one thing you have to be very careful with, adding this entry in the edcresult1.conf in DNS server. I've given you the steps to configure DNS server also. Like in the blog, you can check the blog and you can find it ways to configure DNS server also. Like I gave a setup. Yeah, this is the setup. Like if I click on this, it will take you to this page when you will be able to create the DNS server. So we need 4 servers to do this experimentation. Okay, let's move further now. We have to verify, do we have extra disk, LSDLK. We have extra disk, right? Extra disk. Okay, we have. No, that is DNS. DNS not required. Okay, so we have extra disk, SDB. So we have extra disk, right? SGB. So we need to have this extra disk so that Ceph works properly. Ceph will use the extra disk which is available. What happened? Some network issue at my end, I suppose. Cat utils verify first again. Result.conf. It is there. It should be there in DNS server. That this IP should be there. DNS IP should be there. Or else DNS resolution will not happen. So let's move further and try to implement that. First of all, you have to set the host name. Let's set host name 0. Okay, access denied. We have to become sudo bash. Yeah, it is Ceph0, right? So Ceph0 is there. Now Ceph1. You have to become sudo. Now Ceph2. Okay, now let's enter bash. It will change the shell, that's it. When you enter bash, it will change the shell. Okay, so now we have Ceph 0, Ceph 1, Ceph 2. These three nodes are there, right? So we have to add the DNS etc host records for these three servers for the resolution of their own internal resolution. For internal resolution, we are adding these etc records on all three servers. Cat etc host, it is added, right? If I check on all servers, this is the verification we need to do before we proceed further. Okay, yeah, so we have added these three records. After that, we have to move forward. This record we have added on DNS server. This IP address we have added in DNS server. Now ping should work. Ping should work on all nodes. It will work anyway. These entries we have seen, they verified, right? After that, we have to generate SSH key and then copy the SSH key on all three servers. Generate SSH key on Ceph 0. And then copy the SSH key to all the other servers. Self copy, you have to do self copy first of all. Just copy it, right? Self copy you have to do first of all, and then you have to do the other copy also. Like you should be able to SSH from from Ceph 0 to Ceph 1 and Ceph 2. Let's try SSH Ceph root Ceph 1. You should be able to SSH. Yeah, that's how it should be. Ceph 2, we are able to SSH, right? Our whole thing is completed now. Now we have to perform the script. We have to download the script and we have to run the script now. Let's download the script on the server. Git is there. Git, we have to check Git is there or not. Git is not found. Yum install Git. No, we have already installed, right? We have to clone this repository. Repository is cloned. Okay, now let's check if we have that repository. Yeah, we have, right? Ceph. Now we have to run clear. We have to run what? We have to run this Ceph prerequisite SSH. On all Ceph nodes, you have to run this. Okay, we have to install Git on all Ceph nodes. Once we are into that Ceph folder, then we have to install this prerequisite, right? Prerequisite. Let's type LRDH. Okay. Permission denied. Okay. chmod x ceph. Okay. Now let's try to run this. This prerequisite, I'll tell you what prerequisite is doing. This prerequisite will try to configure NTP, because our server is this server. I want to configure NTP. This will be my NTP server. Mon node will be my NTP server, and I need to allow a whole range 24/24 range. Then restart the cronid and then trying to install the and trying to capture the Cephadm, that repository where the code is there, and then install install Ceph common on each and every node, on all nodes, right? So we have to install this on all nodes. Installing. Let's see what it does. After we install this, so it will try to install the package and also try to initialize Cephadm. So we have done two things in prerequisite. First thing is you have to configure NTP, so that so time synchronization should be same across all the servers. And I'll be using 30 as my NTP server. I've explained it in the blog. You can read the blog and try to understand what exactly is it doing. Still running. Let's wait for it to get completed. This script is as per my IPs and everything, right? So you have to change the IPs if you are doing this experiment along with me. So if I check that's completed and installed, everything is completed now. Now let's check the prerequisite. See, it is trying to clone the repository from remote location and trying to add this package, and then install Cephadm and then install Ceph common. This installation, everything it is done by itself by this script. So this I have added, right? This 30 is the mon IP. Mon IP I have added as a NTP server, and then I want to synchronize the same time on the both on the other two servers also. So I've added that. And if I check ls, see it has installed Cephadm and everything, right? If I check if I give permission to this file plus x, now let's cat. So if you're doing the experimentation in your own lab, then you have to change these certain things in this, because you have to change the IP. Like mon IP will be it will be according to your IP, and the password you want to change. If any password, you have to change the password. Give the password. I'm initializing the bootstrap mon IP mon node as of now. Then copy that swapy ID, that root, that Ceph public key and everything we have done, right. This will all work fine. And then you have to change the IP here, 31 and 32 as my secondary node, right. So 31 and 32 as my secondary node, and then you have to add the DNS name. That's all. You have to change only this thing, and you have to change the DNS name also. If you have given in some other name in your own lab. My DNS name is manohar.in, and your DNS name, whatever you give, it will be that. So you have to run this command now. Run on single server, right? On single server only. Step 0 only. Yeah. I've explained each and every step here in the blog. You can possibly read the blog and try to understand more. From step 0, I need to run this. Try to pull the image from QA registry. Once the setup is completed, we'll get a dashboard. Get a dashboard like this. Dashboard like this. We'll get dashboard like this. Once the setup is completed. It will take some time for it to get completed. Let's wait for that. Take some time for it to get completed. Let's wait for that. So many logs it has generated, so it will generate all the logs and try to generate each and everything. So it will take some time. Let's wait for it to get completed. Cluster is ready. Now we have everything is ready now. Now it should be accessible. Our dashboard should be accessible. Before we access the dashboard, we have to add the host entries in our laptop. Is completed, right? Now we have to add host entries. So we have to go to etc. I've added already, but I'm showing you how to add it. Notepad. We check this. This is the host file. You have to log in via root, via administrator. So I've added this. this record I've added, right? So this host entry I've added. So our dashboard should be accessible on Ceph01. There was something, right? Ceph01. Yeah. Not Ceph01. Manohar.shetty. Manohar. Yeah, this one. My DNS name is manohar.in, right? So manohar.in, yeah. And what's the password? Password, if we see Cephadmin underscore 123, right? Some error it is showing. Why the status warning? So we have host, if we see, we have three hosts. Two hosts are storage host, OSD nodes, and one is mon node. This is the mon node, and this is the whole storage nodes actually storage nodes. And okay, if we check this OSDs, we don't see anything. Pools, if we see pools, we don't have anything. We have to create pools. NFS, we don't have anything. We have to create NFS cluster, NFS storage also in this. Object storage also, we don't have anything. We don't have anything as of now. So this is the dashboard which actually we get it. So so let's check the Grafana dashboard also. Grafana dashboard. There's a way to check Grafana dashboard also. Let's check that. I've given that. On 3000 port, yeah. And if we check the dashboards, general, nothing is found. Nothing is found as of now. Okay. Maybe we have to configure certain things in this. So this is how it is. The dashboard is showing right here. And if I check, refresh it, TF OSD. No, we have to write some commands. Check. Ceph-s if you do. Health is okay. Health is morning state. We have to check why it is in morning state. We have to check that. And Ceph df if we do, it will show the number of disk attached, how much it is utilized and everything. Not showing anything as of now. Let's check this command. In Grafana dashboard, I could see one of the pool. And if I go to this dashboard of Ceph, state is showing as warning. We have to debug why it is warning. So this is how you configure Ceph cluster. The steps which I showed you. I'll give you the GitHub repository in that course description. In the video description, you will find it and you will try to implement the same thing. When you implement it in AWS EC2 instance, try to attach a disk of 100 GB or something extra disk to the EC2 instance. Then only it will work, or else it will not work because it needs extra disk. This extra disk, it will take it as OSDs, and then it will try to help us to use it as block storage or NFS storage or pool or object storage. So we have how many hosts? We have 3 hosts. So these are 2 OSD nodes, 3 OSD nodes, and but one is admin and both are not admin. Those are OSD storage nodes. So this is how you configure cluster. And if you check the dashboard again, Ceph cluster, 3 nodes are up. One of the OSD is down. And this is the dashboard which is there by default. We have to just see it on port number 3000. Then you will be able to see it. Let me check other things. Host details. Host details, nothing is giving. Host overview. 3 host OSDs and how much of the storage is utilized. RAM utilization it will give, and CPU utilization it will give, and IOPS, input output throughput, it will give. IOPS it gave 81%, and that's how it is. Like average disk utilization 0. We are not utilizing anything as of now, so it will give 0. MD's performance, nothing it will show. And let's check Ceph cluster, advanced cluster. Available capacity is 97%, and out of current status, one of the OSD is down. If I check in dashboard in CLI Ceph-S, if I do, it should be in healthy, but it is showing in warning. We'll have to debug why it is down. But you got to understand, like, this is how you create Ceph cluster. So these are the steps you follow to create Ceph cluster. That's all I want to cover in this complete video. Hope you like the video. That's all I want to cover in this video. Thank you.